This is a weak link, these two cores over here. In the south, though, should I send somebody down to Sevastopol? Should I send Kesselring down to Sevastopol? Or should I use him with Rommel? Okay. Let me see what happens if I'm going to attack a little bit over here. Why not? If I attack with these two... Alright, nothing happened. Alright, forget it. There goes that idea. If I send Kesselring down over here... You know what, I'm going to send Kesselring into the Crimea. I don't know if that's such a smart idea, but I am going to, and I'll have to put in another army unit to go into the Crimea with Kesselring. And that means I have to put an Air Force unit over here. Now, but the thing is, I have to worry about the north also. I can't just ignore the north. Tough decision here. Alright, I have to unprepare him. There's no reason. He's not attacking anybody. I'm not going to bother to attack. I'm not going to, I don't want to risk a counterattack. So, alright, let's put an army, let's put a tank unit. Let's put a Panzer over here. Okay. Let's put a Panzer over here. Yeah, my attack is going to be in the south. I mean, obviously, I can't exploit this gap yet. It's too, I don't have enough strength. But let's put the Italian unit over here. I'll put another Italian unit over here. And I will put my other Air Force unit, for the time being, I'll have to put it in Odessa. And I'll use Kesselring and the 6th Army and the 12th Corps to go down here and conquer Sevastopol, which will help. And up here, I'm not really going to do anything. Should I try to eat this guy? What's the point, I mean... Oh, let's bomb him and see if I can get him down. Nah, no point. Okay, see, I'm just worried that Kursk is vulnerable to an attack at this point. If I had enough strength, I'd put Manstein in Kursk, but I don't. Okay, I already put him in here. Fine, okay, let's end the impulse. See, you have to break through at one point in 1942. I mean, what I did, which is basically a historical gain, which I'm not used to. I'm used to much better than the historical gains. What I did was basically the historical gain in 1941, and then in 1942 I have to break through somewhere. So either the south or the north. I'm gonna roll the dice with the south, like the Germans did in real life. And I'm not, in real life the Germans broke through over here at Voronezh. You see that fortified city. I'm not sure I'm going to attack even in the. I'm going to just attack in the south really, with the Panzers. I have my entire Air Force basically in the south, and I think I can hold in the north. I mean, look, he's defending Moscow very, very heavily. I don't really think I can break through. If you break through in the south and you take Stalingrad, then you can sweep up east of the Volga and take Saratov and Stalino from the rear. And then you just sweep up all the way in the east. Okay. Okay, we'll see you on the next video. Okay, and now we're back. Let's see, this is impulse number 3 for January, February of 1942. Again, I said I was going to bring Kesselring into the Crimea, so we'll do that. Now, I could operate him here. I'm going to wait to see if there are any better operations that I could do. Let's see, anything to do in the north? Okay, no, not really. Okay, I definitely want to start moving in the south a little bit. Again, that Italian unit probably is not going to stand up to much scrutiny, but we'll try it anyway. Okay. No, I don't want to waste my operation movement on that Italian Air Force unit, so we'll strike this guy, try to get a little hole over here. A little preparation for the winter, for the spring attacks. Should I bother? Yeah. To be honest, I don't know if it could succeed. Okay. Let's see. In the north, should I attack this guy? Yeah, why not? Move up a little bit. Anything else along the lines? No, not really. What about this guy? He's in Brest. Okay, fine, that's fine. Alright. So definitely when the spring comes, this is Stalingrad, and I'm definitely... Okay, so let's use the operation movement to put this guy over here. And as soon as next impulse, I'll be in a position to at least make my first attack on Sebastopol. Okay. In the north, I'm just really in a holding pattern over here. Alright, let's just take a look at politics for a second, see if anything's happened recently. Yugoslavia continues to shift. You know, I'm going to wait until, if I ever defeat Russia, then I'll pressure Spain, but... Alright, let's... Okay. 38 points. What should I use it for? Should I see... Well, next time I'm going to check to see if I can improve my own units. I still need more units. Maybe for the west. If I get invaded later on, I need more units. So, I'll take these two. Okay. Allied initiative. Okay. It's possible that the Allies might start landing places. Okay, I got a fully clear impulse, which helps. Okay, he's gonna try Myakop. The Greeks, I don't know what they're doing. Nothing too serious, I would imagine. Okay. That is not a good counterattack by the Russians. Not a good attack, anyway. I wonder if I'll be able to blow a hole in the line and... Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. You're not going to capture a city like that. But I know that, and you know that, but the computer might not know that. Okay, I have to start shifting my army to the south. Maybe get a couple of panzers in there. Let's see. Well, let's see what happens here. We're going to wait for the Allied impulse to end. I wonder where and if the Allies will land in 1942. Okay, well, the British certainly have some big armies. Alright, this could be a big impulse. This is March, April. And let's save the game over here. This could be a very big impulse. Okay, let's look at politics first. Okay, Bulgaria's up to 80, Spain's up to 83. Again, doesn't help me much. I'm not gonna do much good pressuring people. Okay, now I have to use a reserve point for him, no question. Okay, now where should I put him? Let's use Rome. You know, I don't want him to capture Rome. Okay, Now, I definitely want to try to knock out Sebastopol with this impulse. Okay, well, okay, word 4 on page 13. Modified. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. Pretty good assault over here. Nope, not yet. Should I try? Yeah, it's only March. Should I try to overrun it again? It's not going to work, so I'll let it go. I am going to... I'm going to reserve... Should I reserve him and one of my panzer units? Okay, I don't think I need this.